Grand Cross Age of Titans is a brand new real-time strategy game where players are isekai into a fantasy world to save a kingdom from the brink of ruin by going to war, utilizing monolithic titans, and showing other players who the superior gamer is. Featuring absolutely gorgeous character models. I mean, just look at them. Yeah. A deep narrative that takes the form of a webtoon, a variety of different units, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. When I was approached to take a sponsored look at the most recent beta test, I figured, you know what, this would be a great opportunity to see what the game was like before it launched. I see gorgeous waifus, I see gameplay that employs a degree of strategy. I'm sold immediately. If this looks like something that you might be interested in trying yourself, I urge you to go ahead and click that link in the description and the pinned comment below to pre-register for the game. Pre-registration is important, as without it you'll miss out on some fantastic goodies that will help you start your journey in the world of Skyna. Skyna itself is a pretty big world that is populated by not only yourself, but many other players. It features the ability to send out your units and attack a variety of different monsters out of the overworld. You can do this by assigning heroes and their respective troops to engage enemies. You can farm materials that will aid you in upgrading your kingdom. Your troops, your soldiers, they move around the open world seamlessly in real time, engaging monsters, farming, as is evident by our hot Valkyrie waifu here attacking the giant talking tomato. And while there are numerous different forms of PvE content available out in the open world, and significantly more available inside the confines of your actual territory out in the open world, you can also go and attack other players. Not this guy specifically. This guy, unfortunately, is under a layer of protection, so we can't just like rush at him and murder him and raid all of his resources. This is a game that has a very large focus on micromanaging a lot of different areas of your kingdom. There are a lot of different buildings that all provide their own unique purpose. You have recruitment buildings, which allow for you to go and recruit troops of various different types. Here we have soldiers. I only have the base level of soldiers unlocked right now. I'm in the process of slowly upgrading them over time. Every troop unit has 5 levels that they can be upgraded. Each respective hero actually employs a certain type of soldier and has them accompany them into battle. There are many different types of units available. I'm in the process of training at present the cavalry, the infantry. I've split up the archery because I feel like I just didn't want too many recruitment buildings in the same place. Like I have a specific way of doing things. And then over here, the combat engineer workshop. Troops are assigned to heroes that you deploy in battle. We have units that specifically have infantry, archers, cavalry, combat engineers. We're gonna go with Valkyrie because she is my most upgraded character right now. You deploy your unit into battle, and then you proceed to engage the enemy. Now, you do have special abilities. I'll go ahead and get rid of my cam for a second because I know you can't see them. These abilities you can use in battle. This one, as an example here, allows for a passive heal to be placed down on the field. This heal, well, I mean, it provides a passive regen, right? Like, it's gonna aid in keeping me alive. Different heroes have different skills that provide varying different benefits to your character, to your troop, and therefore have a direct effect on the overall outcome of the battle. As noted, there are an extensive number of different buildings available. We have things like the sawmill, which produce lumber. We have farms, which produce food. We have the artisan house. We have the academy. The academy allows for you to upgrade various different aspects of your kingdom, various different features. We have the hospital. I mean, I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. The quarry for stone, the star fragment here to summon, hopefully, different characters, different heroes. That's the goal anyway. Fantastic, by the way, summon animation. Then we have the castle. The castle is the most important part of the entire kingdom because it directly affects how much you can upgrade the other buildings. Therefore, it is of the utmost importance to upgrade your castle immediately, followed by, I believe, the different training buildings, because you're going to want to maximize the number of troops you have, therefore reinforcing and making your characters, your heroes, your squadrons more powerful. You're going to want to upgrade the academy, because the academy provides you with actual benefits to soldiers, benefits to production speed, the hospital for the replenishment of units, and then everything else at your own pace, your own rate. Your kingdom itself is kind of secluded from the rest of the world. You have castle walls that essentially protect you from invasion. These walls are actually upgradable and have a set durability. This is also important to increase and to upgrade. And then we have the Titan Hangar. Titans are, well, they're probably one of the coolest parts of the game. These Titans are absolutely monstrous-sized behemoths that you deploy out onto the battlefield. They each have their own stats, their own strengths, weaknesses, special abilities. I think that is a very cool feature to implement in the game. And while you're capable of engaging enemies outside of the open world, you're also capable of engaging enemies within your castle, which brings the narrative to the forefront now. The narrative takes the form of a webtoon and is very beautifully animated. It is also fully voice acted in English. Typically, it features a battle or lengthy story sequences. This one right now is gonna have me deploy my units. My goal here was to have Valkyrie take on the majority of them, because she's actually my most powerful unit. But at the same time, it seems to be going all right. I feel like I've upgraded both my units quite a bit. I think Valkyrie's level like 16 or 17, she's level 11. Yeah, 16 and 11. So I feel like in the grand scheme of things, they're both pretty powerful characters.
We ended up fighting together against my will, but I'm not gonna listen to you.
See, the game is completely dubbed into English.
Doesn't matter. We'll summon with the star fragment.
Can you please try to understand the situation?
These two characters are the characters that were actually isekai'd into this world.
Please.
There's also the port, which allows for you to purchase resources for various different types of currency. These are resources that you harvest naturally over the course of the game. There's an alliance system in the game. Alliances function essentially like guilds. There are a number of different benefits for joining an alliance. You can also go to war with other alliances. Unfortunately, it does not look like my alliance has the ability to do that right now. This was the only alliance that would realistically accept me. I'm guessing that's because I have a low combat power or I'm a low level. I'm not entirely sure. So with that in mind, I can't really showcase the PvP. I would love to, but I do very much plan on doing a dedicated video once the game launches, and I would love to join a more popular, maybe I'll go ahead and make a guild myself and showcase the PvP by going around and attacking a bunch of other alliances. With that in mind, if you want to go ahead and join me in my alliance, I would love to have you. We can go around and attack other groups together. That'll be perfect. Heroes are arguably the most important part of the entire game. Recruiting heroes, leveling your heroes,
I'd rather die than retreat.
leveling the skills of your heroes. The skills, of course, having a direct effect on either the active battle via an ability, a special, a skill, or passive effects. They are further customized via the talent system, which is quite extensive, honestly. I mean, there are an exorbitant amount of options here to allow for you to fully customize your hero into whatever kind of hero you want. And when engaging other players in PvP, this is going to be very apparent how distinctly different and unique your character feels compared to the same character from another unit or from another player. While I can't show you Alliance Wars, what I can show you is the PvP in the arena. PvP in the arena has you deploy several different units and have them engage another player's units. I'm honestly hoping I come out on top here. As you can see, the heroes use their various different special abilities to gain the upper hand. Their level 1 character is doing a lot of damage to my level 16 character. I feel like my level 11 character is doing better versus the 13 one up there than my 16 one down here versus the 1. Whew. That was very close. I was gonna be very concerned if I showcased PvP in the arena and I actually lost the one battle I actually went and attempted. The humiliation I would have felt would have been immeasurable. There is a lot to do in this game, there's actually a lot more to do than I have showcased currently. But I haven't participated in everything because my time is limited, and while I have enjoyed what I have participated in thus far, the kinds of content that I've consumed, because honestly, I kind of like these games. I have played several different kinds of games of this specific subgenre in the past. I've dedicated weeks, if not months, to them, just logging in each day, slowly building up my castle. This game gives me the same feeling that I had, the same kind of satisfaction I had from those games, but instead, they give you it with gorgeous waifus. That appeals a lot more to me. That provides me with a lot more enjoyment that I would have had otherwise. I'm not really overly fond of the very strong, realistic 3D graphical styles. You can pre-register for this game if you want to obtain some really cool rewards. I urge you to go ahead and pre-register. If you're at all interested in playing this at some point, maybe playing it with me once the game launches, I think this definitely has the potential to be a fun game. I genuinely do. I love these kinds of games, and it's great to see a very strongly anime-inspired one releasing onto the market.